Hi guys, Yacca here. So I have a little bit more for you with the Whirlkick Rogue. The Whirlkick Rogue is really powerful at the moment. There's also the Secret Rogue, which could be interesting to try as well. But from I have talked a little bit about this before. The Whirlkick Rogue takes its name out of the Whirlkick Master, which is a value generating effect. Just shortly on a mulligan guide, I've talked about this deck before, so I will not go into too much detail. There's another video you can have a look at if you want to have a little bit more detail on that. But you really want to keep your Pharaoh Cat, your Foxy Fraud, and Edwin you can keep on coin. The Whirlkick Masters need to go back. You're not going to be starting with that. Questing Adventurers need to go back. You don't want to start with those. Foxy Fraud you also want to start with, maybe together with a Swindle. I only want to keep if I do have a Foxy Fraud already. So that was kind of the short gist of it. And how has it been performing for me? Actually, against everything else but two classes, the Whirlkick Rogue is really performing well. Those two classes are somewhat prevalent in the meta at the moment, and which is Warrior, which is not so much, and then Shaman, which is very much available. Looking at stats from deck tracking websites, in Diamond 1 going into Legend, roughly 1/3 of the decks that you'll encounter is Evolved Shaman. Therefore, Whirlkick Rogue is not something that you want to climb the last bit of the ladder until you get to Legend. But in Legend, Evolved Shaman drops off really significantly to like 15-17%, something like that. And the Warrior decks are like 6-8%. Which sums up to like you have 25% where you kind of have bad matchups. That still leaves 75% of good matchups. Unfortunately, with the sample size that I've encountered, 40% of my matches has been against either Warriors or Shamans. So against those two classes I struggle a bit, but the rest are kind of in the green. Of course, when I'm up against the Rogue, it's kind of 50-50. It's not a toss-up in the air. It's a matchup you can practice and be better at than your opponent. But from a stats perspective, one Rogue wins, so it's kind of 50-50 that way. But I do think it's powerful, and definitely something I think is worth for me to practice on with regards and having a bit of focus towards tournaments, because there are really decks where this is so powerful against. You can either have like a really aggressive early game plan where you generate a really big minion that hopefully your opponent can't deal with, or you can also go a little bit towards a more late game generating with resources and really taking the little bit longer route to a win. I have a couple of fun matches for you guys where I generate a bunch of stuff, and I'm also against a OTK hunter, which you don't usually see all that much. That's actually quite interesting. It's the first one I've seen. I haven't seen it before, but I haven't encountered any in the meta so far. So let's head on into the gameplay. But before that, do remember to subscribe, comment, all this kind of stuff. It really entices me. It eggs me on. It really it's something that motivates me to do even more of this. I think it's so great that all of you guys are here watching the stuff that I make. But we'll leave it at that. Let's head on into some gameplay and see how the deck actually performs. Backstabs. Against a hunter, that's not gonna matter all that much.
Let the hunt begin.
None can escape my fury.
Foxy Fraud. That'll do it. Good turn 2. Foxy Fraud into Swindle. Unless he drops a dwarven sharpshooter. Then I kind of hope for a backstab. Then we could even manage that on turn 1. Backstab and then Price Plunderer. Hunters. I haven't seen all that many hunters. Likely still it is the Highlander. Could be a face hunter as well. Oh, and a Shadow Step. That is so nice. Foxy Fraud, Swindle, Shadow Step, Foxy Fraud. Ooh.
Care to make a wager, friend?
Go time. I'm unsure if I should detempo myself there. Because many times they don't have answers for that turn 2 when they're a hunter. Well, there was an answer there. I guess great call. Let's do this again.
Care to make a wager, friend?
Swindle. And let's go ring a spell. Pyro. Or I guess I need a little bit of a cheaper one. Pharaoh Cat and then Price Plunderer. There we go.
Look what I want.
Give me that. Look what I want. Prep is 2 less. It's 3. Oh, maybe I'll just Secret Passage. We'll see. All right. Do this. Brain freeze.
Think.
Could also go completely in saying prep, and then Apexis, and then brain freeze. It's 5 points of damage. I guess we're just doing this. Am I clearing that one?
I won this.
I guess yes.
Tough luck.
And then we'll leave up the biggest value minions. See what he drops. It could just be. What is that? Is that the OTK Hunter? I've seen that run. I haven't ever played against it. The idea is that you have your trampling rhinos and you have your hand buffs. And you buff up your hand, buff up your rhinos or your Stone Tusk Boars. That is 1/1 charges, and then you do a 1-turn kill on your opponent. If that's the case, I can't delay too long.
I wonder.
But I also want to make sure that he doesn't get that many.
Easy there.
Yeah, it is that one. It is that one.
I moves quickly.
Yeah, I'll Foxy Fraud.
Care to make a wager, friend?
Secret Passage. This rate is good. It is right. I need to go in. At least for a little bit here. Good. And that one.
Look what I want.
Go face.
Oh, tough luck.
I need to go a little bit fast here. Wing Guardian is good though. I do think I have, yeah, I do have lethal at 13 points of damage and then Apexious Blast. Can even, it's Apexious Blast. I can prep that one and then have a dagger. So there's 6 points of damage from hand. See, that's the challenge there. Then he hits again, but then that one doesn't attack. So that's actually a misplay. And I do have 8, 13, 14. I do have lethal.
I won this.
I won this.
Oh, tough luck.
And there we go in with the dagger.
Mine.
It's first time I'm playing against like this OTK rush, kill your opponent with hand buff hunter. That was a long name for a deck that I actually do not know the name of.
Mayev versus Arthas.
Order up.
None can escape my fury.
I can't afford to keep the Shadow Step. Fair. And then I get another one. I guess it was good that I pushed it back. Pharaoh Cat. Wing Guardian, nice. Then I guess you can Foxy Fraud, Swindle, maybe Shadow Step, if it makes sense. Backstab is good.
Care to make a
Now I
wager,
need to do this
friend?
first. Jandis, okay. Maybe I can save the Jandis. Save the Shadow Step for Jandis. We'll leave it at that. At least a hero power, but maybe more. Must have been a couple of 1/1s since she does. My opponent doesn't want to drop them in front of the cat.
Reporting for duty.
Sure. This raid not really that critical right now.
Justice is mine.
We'll leave it. Well, I guess backstab and eviscerate could take care of, yeah, well, almost anything.
The best defense is a great defense.
That one is actually just swing and then backstab. Oh, we're going in, boys.
Give me a quest.
Justice is mine.
Then this one. And then prep eviscerate.
Oh, tough luck.
And Jandis Shadow Step on the next turn.
Become the hero.
Ooh.
This world needs it. Brightness calls.
Oh, not hope. Oh, whew. Then that's probably just. I guess not then.
Business is booming.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. we will do like so.
What makes something
Optimistic ogre. And we'll go here. I guess I need to clear this. It hurts me, but I think I need to.
Quest accepted.
I can't leave anything out there to get buffed. And then there might be a Libram of Justice, but then that's still 7 points of damage.
Let me work my magic.
Libram. But there's no discount. It can't be Libram of Justice right now, at least. Seems like there could be a chance that this might be it. Okay. And doll.
magical? On wings of destruction they come.
Good. Let's get rid of whatever we can first. Hex's Blast. I guess this is fine. Then we'll do this, see if we can get a rush minion. No rush, but we can put it on the fortune teller.
Justice is mine.
Let's see if we hit face. Yay! There you go. Optimistic ogre.